This is my second introductory video. It follows on from a very basic overview of the hardware. This is an overview of two things. One, where should you start? With what sequence should you do things, if you forgive the pun? And also, at the end, I'll give an indicative idea of what this kind of display is going to cost you. So we'll start off with covering where do you actually, don't go and buy loads of hardware, don't go and buy controllers and pixels and wires and start putting it together. Start off with a PC that you've got, put on their xLights, which is an open source software that's very well supported, maintained extremely well, and again, donate to those guys as well. And I'll explain it, I'll reiterate that later on, but in another video. But basically, once you've got that, you can then do a 2D or 3D view of your house. And the 2D views I'll show you in a later video is dead easy. This is a 3D view, which is a bit more complex, and I will explain 3D views later. But in essence, it's the same thing. I've only done 3D because my house is an L-shaped house. But once you've got that view, you can then try various props, and you can import props that you can actually buy. So if you look at the lights there, you know, you can they've got faces and trees, and in this case flakes are one of my favorite props. But you can try lots of different props, put them on your house and see how they look. And then when you're happy with how they look, you can then think about doing a sequence. And you can either do your own sequencing, and there's lots of good videos about how to do that, or if you have got no artistic talent like me, you can either get the free ones, or you can, I mean, this is I tend to use bought ones. But the point is, you can then see how it all looks. You can then, if you're not happy with how it looks now, you can go back into the view and change the props around and move them around, buy more, well, not buy more props, but try more props, take props away, and you can decide what looks good. It's a bit like building a house. You don't go and build a house by buying loads of bricks and just start building. You actually need an architectural view, and xLights gives you that architectural view, and you can do a hell of a lot getting it ready and moving it to be how you want it. And once you've got it how you want it, and it'll, I will warn you, it's a great hobby, but it will take you weeks and weeks and weeks watching videos like this and practicing and joining the Facebook groups. But the point is, you can do it all for free at this point, and then when you're happy with it, you can export information out of xLights to tell you how many pixels you want. As you'll see later on, you can figure out how many controllers you need. It's all the basic, it's just like the plans of a house. All the basic ingredients you can build using xLights without going and buying anything. I made a mistake in the first year, bought loads of wire, loads of pixels, and a controller. Yeah, the wrong way of doing things. Do it this way. Spend all the time and effort getting it right, and then you don't buy twice. It is strongly worthwhile. I wish somebody told me this early on when I got involved with it. And it's great. You can learn an awful lot just by using the program. And then when you're happy, you can then build the controllers, and you can start and build the thing up. But you can really avoid a lot of mistakes if you do it this way. Now, the second thing I promise you to do is give you a very indicative cost of how much it costs. Now, and I'm including, the cost I'm going to quote includes the controllers, the stereo system, the wires, the pixels. The pixels themselves are only a part of the cost. Now, to give you a frame of reference, this display is my display, and it's currently got just over 4,000 pixels in it and a single projector. So that thing up at the top there is the projector. And it's cost me, for a total, it's cost me $3,000. In UK terms, that's £2,500, which works out at 75 cents. And that seems to be a pretty good, rough idea. You get economies of scale if you get bigger displays. If you've got, so this is only 4,000. If you've got 8,000, it doesn't cost you 75 cents. It's relatively less because you've got a lot of the infrastructure in place, so you get economies of scale. And you'll see, and these things will scale up. I mean, there are lots of people that've got displays with 30,000 pixels, and I know somebody who's got a display with 60,000 pixels. Absolutely, you look on YouTube, you'll see these things. They're absolutely stunning. But you don't have to start at that level. You can start at 2,000 pixels and build up. It's and I probably will never, because my house is a UK house and it's fairly small, I'll probably stick to You know, as I say, I've got 4,000 pixels. I'll probably not go beyond 6 or 7,000 pixels even in the coming years. But as I say, it is a hobby. Be prepared to. You don't need any skills in electronics. You need to have a very basic understanding of electrical. You know, you need to know what voltage is, what current is, what resistance is. Things that you can learn. There's nothing. You know, there's nothing really beyond anybody to do this particular hobby, and I can highly recommend it. It's a great hobby. Have a look round at the things. Join the Facebook groups. You know, there is a lot of good people out there. So I hope this has been useful, and yeah, bye for now.